Hello, welcome to the MREA Moment, video number 1, Mindset and Models. I'm Ben Fairfield, and today we're going to dive into the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, pages 21 through 38. Thanks for joining us. Today's video, we wanted to start off first with mindset because we know as KW agents that mindset matters. Mindset is crucial to absolutely everything we do. We know that if our mind is closed, no good information, no matter how good the MREA book is, will ever be able to benefit us in our business. So as we're going forward, I wanted to start us off with a quote from Keller. This book is about aiming high. It's not about the money. It's really about the fact that most great achievements in life are the result of thinking big and aiming high. So here's my question for you as we start this series. How big are you thinking? How high are you aiming? If you're like a lot of people, you aim too low and you're not thinking big enough. This book is about thinking big. This book is about making your business bigger than you think is possible. This book gives you the systems and the models to be able to do it if you open your mind and implement them. So what we're talking about are plans. Models and systems are all a part of your plan to get your business to the level you want it to get to. But as the authors of MREA say, plans are absolutely useless unless they immediately degenerate into hard work. So what we challenge you with is, as we're thinking through this book, as we're going through this series, as you're coming up with your different economic models and your organizational models, as you're going through all the steps, that's all great planning, but it has to immediately degenerate into hard work if you're going to have a lasting impact from our time together. One thing we've all seen is when agents get into this business or when agents try to reinvent themselves, they lead with creativity. What we know through this book, through MREA, through the gift of MREA, we know that models are the foundational component of any real estate business. See, a business built on creativity is going to topple because things change too quickly. A business built on proven models and systems will stand the test of time and become profitable quickly. So the authors of MREA in these first couple pages are telling us, they're saying, start with the models and systems, implement those models and systems, master those models and systems, and as soon as you do that, and at that point you become profitable, then and only then do you work in creativity. Use the models and systems to make your business as strong as it possibly can be, which will allow it to stand the test of time, which will allow you to have a 7th level business that you could eventually walk away from. One thing I'll tell you right now as we go through this series, if you're truly committed to implementing the principles and the systems and models that are in MREA, it's going to require a discipline that you don't let your creative side overtake what you know needs to be done in the implementation of these models. As Keller says, the key is implementation before innovation.
Today we're talking in MREA about modeling and thinking big and standing on the shoulders of giants and using models in our everyday life. Now, first of all, the first in my mind as a mega agent in reading these pages of the book, first thing that came to mind actually wasn't the models that are in this book, although those do come in later. The first thing I thought of was modeling after other successful people. And that is something I have put into play huge as a mega agent. Before, when I had my catering and entertainment company, we were actually top in our industry. There really wasn't anybody to model after. We were kind of it, and everybody was using us as the models, and a little more challenging when you're in that position. So when we came over into real estate, and especially when we came over to Keller Williams and saw all of the giants that were here before us and that are here now, it really helped us find people that we wanted to model ourselves after. So I was very careful as soon as I got here. I looked up a lot, KW is open book, so we're actually able to see production numbers and what people are doing, and we're sent top of the region lists and things like that. So I took a lot of time taking a look at the megas of Keller Williams, figuring out what they were doing, what was working for them. I paid close attention even to what wasn't working for them. What were they talking about that they had either done away with? What new things had they implemented? How long had they tested, measured them? And what was working? And I really went after it, doing things a lot like they were doing. Now I am incredibly pioneering and creative, and I added that stuff in, but not not before I studied and found out what was working with other people first. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. And I think creativity has its place, but that's not the place for it. I've got some creative people on my team too, and I have to do the same thing with them. I have to pull back that creativity a little bit with them and say, you know what, there's going to be a place for that. But first we have to make sure that you've memorized all the models, that you understand our budget model and our economic model and our organizational model and our lead generation model, and that those all come first. And as long as we've got all of those first, then we can add the new things. When it comes to the actual models, I want to talk to you about that a second, because that's a hot topic too. And it's a big reason I believe that I've been able to do what I've done in 2 years is because I had the models to go off of. So what I did, first I got the MREA book and I read it 36 times and I'm still reading it again. I downloaded it on audio, and then I'm able to, every morning when I get out of the shower and I'm curling my hair or blow drying my hair, not quite as much anymore, but at that time I was listening to MREA, and really can only retain what you're ready to implement. That's been my experience. So when I was on level 1 and I was working on the models, I was able to just understand that. And if I read through, which I did, I really couldn't remember the next 3/4 of the book because I hadn't gotten there yet and I wasn't ready to actually use it yet. So reading it, listening to it again and again and again and again, I would hear things. I remember coming out to my husband one day and I said, I just listened to MREA again, and I swear they put new material in this book. I would have sworn it was never there. I never heard it before because I wasn't ready to hear it yet. So when it comes to the models, what I did is I actually went to mykw.kw.com, and if you're with KW, you have this ability, and I downloaded the free PDF, the Millionaire Business Planning Kit. I sat down with that with a pencil and paper, and I plugged in numbers and I erased, and I plugged in numbers and I erased, and I plugged in numbers and erased, and when I got really challenged with something, I would call my mentors and people that knew the models and would ask them, okay, I'm stuck here, tell me what this means, or where do I go next on this. Definitely you can do that with your team leaders. You can do that. I actually even used my OPs and OP and the owner of my market center, and I would find another mega agent that was using the models at a very high level and ask them when I got stuck. So I use that kit. If you're not with KW and you'd like that kit, simply send me a message through this video, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Send me a message and I'll email you a free copy of that MREA PDF. And it's a great tool, really is a great tool. So Dave Jenks, who co-wrote MREA, told me once, Lori, don't mess with the models until you've mastered them. Once you've mastered them, make them your own. And that's what I did. I had to learn them first before I was able to do anything with them. And honestly, there's not much messing with that they need, regardless of what economy you're in and what location you're in. They stand the test of time. So I'm going to highly suggest that you guys get into the models and both ways. Find people to model yourself after that are successful. So find somebody that you look up to, find somebody to help you get into the models, and this is 4th quarter right now. So this is the perfect time to get your models on paper. Once you get them on paper, put them everywhere. So think big, but definitely make models that you can apply to you as in your business. So look forward to seeing you guys next time on MREA.